Thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and tap the notification bell just so that you can get notifications whenever I post new content. If this is your first time joining me, I talk about natural hair, how to take care of your hair, and here and there I throw in a little bit of styling videos just to spruce up my content. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how I managed to achieve this summer ready island looking look. Okay, so a bit of background about this. I have actually never installed anything that has extensions in it. The most I've done to do my hair is maybe do the 2-strand twist, which I use as a protective hairstyle every 2 to 3 weeks. But I decided to do something a little funky for summer, and I'm actually loving the way this came out. So this is really beginner friendly. Why don't we just dive right into how I managed to do this look? Okay guys, so now I'm back. What I did was I undid this little section of hair so that I can show you from beginning to end how I did this. What you're gonna need is, I only actually used half of this. So this is Rihanna Locs, and it says it's big, thick, and light. So why I chose this hair was because I haven't had braids in my hair for probably 7 years or so, because I've been afraid that the weight of the braid would weigh down on my hair. So what I did was I looked for a very light braid which I could use on my hair, and this worked out perfectly. Now I only used half of this pack, and also I don't have a lot of hair, so you might do well to buy 2 packs, and you can find this in any store where they sell braids, extensions, whatnot here in Cape Town. I spray bottle, I put in here water, my leave-in conditioner, and I think there's a bit of argan oil and almond oil, and just to seal up the moisture I put in some shea butter. This morning I lined my lines with some castor oil, so I'm not going to put castor oil for the sake of the video because I don't want to weigh down my hair. So let's just start on this process. What I started with, just spray a little water on your hair. Next up, take some of this shea butter and just line your hair with it. I don't like to put it on my scalp because it's pretty thick, so I leave it only on my hair. So next, you just want to braid this into a twist. So what I do for security is I start off with a 3-strand twist, and then I move on into a 2-strand twist. So that's just partition your hair into 3, and then so still 3-strand twisting. Then I switch, partition this hair into 2 so that I can distribute it to the other 2, and then we can continue in a 2-strand twist. I don't twist all the way to the end. Leave these 2 slip like that, and make sure you coil the end. Okay, awesome. So now we've got a twist that is ready to take on some fiber. Okay, next up, what do we do? So let's get the hair. Okay, so it comes already folded like this. If you can see properly, it comes folded like this. So what I want to do is, because it's very long, I want to cut it into half because I don't need the whole thing. So just get your scissors. Oh snap, I've already got one that's cut. But basically what you want to do, just get half where it folds over there. You just want to cut here, and then you've got one. Okay, so now we have one that we're gonna work with. So what happens here is where the trick is for me, because I didn't want to weigh my hair down. So what you do is, you've got this thing, but what it does is like it sort of separates into four. Can you see there? It just kind of separates itself into four strands. So what you're gonna do is partition 2 because I want to use half on one. So just do that. And now you've got this that has two. Partition this as well, so that now you have two to work with. Okay, so the first one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna braid my twist. We're gonna entwine my twist with the first strand. So let's just fluff this up just to make it longer. What you can do is just pull at it. Just simply pull. When you pull, it fluffs up. Can you see? Okay. Now let's pull it unevenly. Hold one edge and one edge, because I need this first part to be very thin. I don't need it to be fat because I'm going to intertwine it with this twist. So pull, 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 pull. Okay, great. So the first part is sort of thin, and so is the last part. Okay, what's going to happen here is I want my twist to come waist down. So make sure you make it long enough to braid with this part, and just check out that it's coming down waist length, which is what I want. Okay, so now this is the this is the only hard part, I think. But like I told you, I've never done braids in my life. I don't know what I was doing. I just went in and did this. So I took this part and I just made sure it was the same length as my twist stretched out. And then I took this, put this here, and then I just went round once. Okay, this here is getting in the way. Okay, so I went round once, and then I went round again, and then now we're like this. So now it's sitting and it's like this. So what I'm gonna do now is just basically braid. So braid it into a braid, into a 3-strand braid. Look, even if it's not neat, it doesn't matter, because this part is going to be covered up. But just make sure you stretch out your twist as you're going. So it's going to stretch out like this. Make sure it stretches out all the way, so that we don't have a very fat beginning. So just braid it all the way to the end. Now this part section is starting to get fat. Make sure you don't pull your fingers down like this, otherwise you keep pulling this section down. We don't want it to pull down. We want it to be caught inside this 3-strand twist, so that it's steady and stable. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, but let's just continue. This is not the neatest, but like I said, it doesn't matter. Just twist until you get to the end of your hair, because you want your hair tucked away over there. Okay, so basically now all my hair is in there, and yeah, now this is what it looks like now. Okay, yeah, same page. Okay, so now we take our second piece. We're gonna do what we did with the first piece. So you can see it's thin, right? What you want to do is stretch it. I want you guys to see. Stretch like this. Just pull. When you pull as hard as you can, it fluffs up. Okay? Now once fluffed up, you want to kind of separate the hair like this. You want to make the width wider. Now there's a reason why we do this, so just make sure you do it, please. Can you see the difference between this part and this part? So you want it to look like this. You don't want to braid it while it looks like this. Make it look like this. That way it'll make it easier for you as you are braiding. Okay. Again, hold this corner and opposite corner and stretch, because I need a bit more length. Okay. Now, just to check if it's basically the same length. Okay, it is. So now we can proceed. So what you do is you take a very small part over here and make sure, again, the braid is flat. Like I said before, it needs to be flat. So if it's flat, it will be able to wind round your other strand properly. But if it's not flat, then it's going to come out like it's a twist. And we don't want it to come out like a twist. We want it to come out wrapped around like this. So let's just take the small part, leave just a little, you don't need much, and start to wind around. Again, you need to leave a little room over here, because if you start winding too close to your scalp, you're gonna have a very tight braid in the end. So start a bit, just start over here where you started the other braid. Don't start it here. Even though it feels loose, it doesn't matter. It's gonna come out like this, where it's not looking too loose. I mean, you need to do this, otherwise you're gonna land up with a very tight braid. So let's begin. Here, twist. So the name of the game all the way to the end is just to twist. And to twist. Twist. Always making sure that it's flat. Okay? So see? Twist. Come out over here. Again. Make it. Stretch it out. Twist. Again, around. Now we're getting to the part where, I mean, it's much wider, which is better. So let's just, again, here we go, twist. Basically, do the same. Okay, so let me just move a little head. Okay, so as you're twisting, sometimes you can feel like it's tightening over here. What you can do, just keep holding this and just kind of go like this, just to relieve the tension from your braid, because as you're twisting, sometimes it's twisting over here. So just to relieve the tension, you can just do what I did. Now let's proceed and continue. Always continuing with this flat, not like this, because if you do like this, it's going to come out like a two-strand twist. Leave it flat out like that. Let's continue. Now you need to check if the length is where you want it to be. If it's not, I mean, since you've got only this little left, just take a little bit off from this thing that you're winding around. Take a little bit off from here, like that, and just continue to wind round. Just keep going. The end starts to, you know, thin out a bit, but that doesn't matter because I've still got a lot here at the bottom. So because I've got this lot here, I'm going to fold it over when it gets to the length that I want it to be. And that doesn't really matter because, like I told you, if you can see, is the braid is thinning out at the end. So let's just continue. Okay, so basically I'm where I want to be, even though I've got this left. So because I'm where I want to be, I'm just going to put these strands together, and then I'm going to fold it here. Doesn't really matter where you fold it. It just depends on what length you want. So I've folded it here. And once folded, this is the braided part. This is where the braided part starts, and this is where the unbraided part starts. So folded here, I'm going to hold this. And then I'm going to hold this and then do the same thing I did from the beginning. So just twist. Make sure it is fluffed up like that. And just continue to twist again to the bottom. And in the end, just go like this. Just twist. Twist, twist. We're almost at the end and we've got this little left, but we're still twisting. Still twisting. We twist until we get to the very, very, very end. And then we just wrap it around whichever way that you can. Now that it's wrapped around, this is what the last part is looking like. When it looks like this, now what you're going to do is put it in the middle of your fingers, in the middle of your hands, and just roll it up. And you make sure you roll up. Even if you have sort of loose parts, continue to roll until it's not loose and looking like it's unraveling, just to make it stronger. So now we are done. If you want me to show you how I decorate this, you can also buy these from places where they sell hair extensions and whatnot. What you do is you just have it like this, go like that, and like that. So you've got this, then simply go like that. Make it a knot. You can do 2 knots or 1, whatever. Doesn't really matter. And I want to cut off this part. I don't need it. And cut off that part. I don't need it. If it's not long enough for you, you can still add something else. I mean, add a bit more of string to that end. Otherwise, we are done. So if you like this look, guys, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up on my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share this video as well. Thank you for joining me. See you on my next video.